Hi everyone, and welcome back to Berry Patch Lifestyle. We are working on day 11 of Fundamentals Beginner Yoga. I really hope you're enjoying it so far. We are going to work on 5 postures today. We're going to work on triangle, pyramid, prayer twist, lunge, and we'll do a little bit of chair again. So it's getting a little bit more intense. We've been doing this for 11 days now, so you're all experts. And I just don't want you to get bored. So we're going to try some new things today. So for triangle pose, we are going to have our feet, we would normally, like everything else, flow in and out of this. We don't ever want our instructors to leave us hanging. But for today, we're just gonna pop right into the pose. So for triangle, we're gonna have our feet, I don't know, about 3 feet apart, 2-3 feet, whatever is working best for you. And we're taking that kind of warrior stance where you can have your foot along with the short edge of the mat if you want, or you can have it on a little bit of an angle. That's the foot that's in the back. For me right now, that's the right side. My left toes are pointed straight forward. And honestly, for this posture, I tend to like my foot a little bit more out, along the short edge of the mat. However it works for you is just fine. So we're gonna have our hips square for me facing the camera, for you facing the video. We're gonna bring our hands all the way up to a T. We're gonna look out over those left fingertips. If you wanna stay and hang out right here, that's what you're gonna do. If not, you're gonna bend all the way forward. We've seen this part before. And then we're gonna tip over like a teapot. Now there's all kinds of things that can happen here. This can stay at your side, come down your back, or the way I do it is normally having my hands right up into the sky. You're really gonna feel your core here trying to hold you up. If you would like to rest your hand on your thigh, and that's gonna hold you, and you've never done this before, do that. I like to have my hand just to the inside of my ankle. I don't put it right on the ground, just to the inside there, and then look up to the hand that's up. The other thing you can do is have your hand on the ground. I know that's going to be a big stretch for people who have never done this before, so if you have a block or something that you can rest your hand on, we'll place that right there. So we're like so, reach, come on over, and then we can have our hands just resting on the block. The block has different heights for a reason, so if you feel like that's too much, you can turn the block and then turn it again, okay? So we're gonna hold that, and then what I like to do is ask people to imagine that they have an imaginary rope. So we're not gonna actually grab the rope, but have an imaginary rope that you're pulling yourself up with, or like you have a friend who's grabbed your hand and is gonna pull you up, and you're gonna come all the way up from that arm, pulling really with your core all the way back up. And then from here, we can be really sneaky and just switch our feet. So we'll just point them in the other direction. And now we have them pointing this way, short edge of the mat, slightly away, however, heel slightly away from you, however you want to do this. And we'll just do the same thing on the other side. We're reaching, maybe stopping there, maybe here, maybe here. That knee that's in front, we don't want to bend it right now. So we're just gonna have it kind of with a micro bend in it. So just a little bit. We don't want to hyperextend it back. Not good for us. So arms all the way up, reaching over, and then we're gonna tilt. Where are we gonna find our hand this time? Maybe on that block. Eyes are looking up, maybe looking down, or maybe just looking straight ahead or finding a spot on the floor. And in this position, we breathe, same as any other one. That's a triangle pose. Find the one that works for you. And if you're finding that you're working on these poses and they're getting easier for you, take it to the next level. So if you're doing the really basic level, or maybe you have your hand on your thigh, that's good. But when you get really comfortable there, maybe you can work on bringing it all the way down, maybe have it resting on your shin, just never on your knees. All right, so from here, we're gonna try a pyramid. And our feet are almost the same. They're maybe a little bit closer together. So I have my left foot forward, my right foot back, but this time they're parallel and offset. Okay, so this is the basic pyramid pose. We're gonna have our hands behind our back. You can have them at the base of your back, just kind of pointing down if you like. And then you're gonna come all the way forward. So this might be where you stay, that's okay. Hands can come back. Hands can even come into reverse prayer. You might surprise yourself. I already know what my reverse prayer feels like, and it's not super comfortable, but that's where I am. Some people have a lot more flexibility. Give it a try, you never know if it's your first time. I like to keep my hands clasped and pointing down. So shoulders are back and down. My neck is long in the back, but still tucked in the chin. Crown is facing up. Hands clasped together, and now we're going to come over that front leg. So we're going to start to bend, and this is where, if you would like to, you can use your thigh or keep your hands where they are, and you're just going to come to your first point of tension. You're going to start to feel that all down the back of your leg. When you feel that, you're just going to stop and breathe. And once you feel comfortable, you can come forward just a little bit more. And if you're really feeling good about it, you can drop your head all the way down. Release your hands. This is where blocks can come in handy as well. If your hands don't meet the mat, you might want to have them on the block and resting your head. This is where you might be invited to shake your head no or nod your head yes. Micro bend in our joints. And we breathe. And those hands come to our back. We're gonna always come out the same way we came in, and we're gonna use our core muscles, keep nice and straight, and come on all the way back up. That is our pyramid. So you find what is working best for you, what position is most comfortable for you. As always, we will be doing it on the other side now. So my right foot is forward, my left foot is back. They're 2 to 3 feet apart. I'm gonna say 2 this time. And now we're gonna find the same hand placement. If you chose reverse prayer, if you chose to have your hands just at the base of your back, or if you chose the clasp, you're gonna do that on the same way on this side as well, because we don't wanna make anything lopsided. We're gonna breathe, exhale as we come down, micro bend in the knees. It's a lot to think about. And there's my first point of tension. Breathe. If we were doing an actual class, we would hang out here, but we're just working on these fundamentals. And now I'm going to invite you to come to your resting place. So you're gonna bring your hands down if you like. Drop your head. Nod your head yes. And shake your head no. And then just relax over that knee. Let's have our hands go back the way they were when we came in, and we'll come all the way back out. That is your pyramid pose. We're gonna turn to the other side again. And we are going to go into a high lunge. So I think what we'll do, the way that I normally like to go into high lunge is from all fours. So this is like, we're in a down dog. You don't have to rush to follow me here. You come to your knees, and then I would have you kind of come halfway up so that you're in a kneeling position. And then bring your left leg so that it's just in front of you. You always want to see your toes. And then what you can do is curl those back toes under. And here, if we just straighten that leg, this is a lot of strength involved right now. My whole lower part of my body is involved, almost from my rib cage down. That is our low lunge. If we want to bring it up just a little bit, that's going to be our high lunge. If you need to, you want to put your foot down, that's your lunge. Maybe the toes come up just a little bit. And then you can have your hands on your thigh, all the way up to the sky, and then you might find yourself looking to where the ceiling and the wall meet, so just up slightly. So you can come here, or you can come all the way down if you like. And as we do with most other things, we're going to come out of this, step back that left foot, come on back. This is where we might do a child's pose, like we did yesterday. And then we're going to come back to a kneeling position again. That right foot comes forward now. We're going to choose the height of our lunge. So curling the toes, lift the back leg, and if you want to stay down here, that's good too. Lift the back leg. We're in a really low lunge right now. We might want to pick it up just a little bit. Hands down, hands up. Find where you're comfortable. Just make sure you can see those toes. And that is our high and low lunge. We're going to drop the back knee, scoop the back foot back, and we're in our kneeling position again. Actually, I'm in a seated position now, so you can join me there if you like. The next one we're going to work on is called a prayer twist. And I'm going to take you there from an interesting place. So we're going to go from chair. We're going to sit our hips back like we're sitting in a chair, and then bring the arms up overhead with our arms just beside our ears. So this is going to look like this. This might get complicated. If it doesn't work for you, you just find your way into the prayer twist. Okay? So just to add a little bit of interest. So we're going to sit our hips back. Arms are coming up. And I've had this in a class before. So we're going to sit our hips back, and then you're going to shift your weight into your left leg. So everything, and you can feel that your right leg is starting to pick up. So everything is here, and then we're going to step that leg back. And if you just said, what? Let's try that again. So we're going to step here. We're in chair. We're shifting our weight into our left leg. We're stepping that foot back. Step it right off my mat. Stepping the foot back, and we're in a low lunge. We're going to bring the hands together. This one's a lot. And we're going to take our right elbow to the outside of our left leg and twist. Gaze can be straight forward or down or up at the sky if you like. Mine feels really comfortable straight forward right now. And we breathe, straightening my back leg a little bit. To come out of this, we come to untwist. We'll bring our hands back up, and we're going to step forward. Woo! Anyone else's left leg on fire? Mine is. All right. So we can do it like that, or we can do it so that, you know, we just come into a prayer twist. We don't actually have to step into it with chair. I think you guys did fine at home. You know what you're doing. So we're going to sit our hips back, arms come up, we step back. Did you catch up? We step back, except I just did the same leg, so we're going to step back. Hands come together. And now we're going to twist again. So if you fall, make sure you brace yourself, first of all, but come on back in. And And we breathe here. You also might be invited to open your arms. I find I get a better twist like this. Whatever works for you. Okay, we're gonna come forward now. Scoop those arms up, and we'll pick our foot up and come on back into chair, and we're back up. Whew, that was a lot of work. So hopefully you followed it. Any kind of that version of that posture that you wanna do is just fine. So we can do it a different way where we just come to the top of the mat, we step back and then twist, okay? This is just, like I said, to add a little bit of interest. So come to the top of the mat, step back, come on down, bend that knee and twist. All right? So that is all I have for you for today. Practice those, and we will see you again tomorrow, or if you're practicing for a couple of days, we'll see you in a few days.